Okay, so this is a little quick video to show you sort of my process in inking. I'm working over some pages that were sent to me for a Wonderfunders group effort, and if you don't mind following me along, I'll try to walk you through a little bit of how I do what I do. So as you can see, I've got the pages all taped to my artboard here. I'm very fortunate I have a wonderfully large art table with which to work. It's an antique table, and I'm glad to have it. And I'm working on some pages that were sent to me electronically, and they were already done up in Blue Line, which is wonderful. And the artist I'm working with, Mr. Sash, he has left everything nice and wide open for me. So I get to determine where the light and shadow and all that fun stuff gets to go. Here's an example of a panel here, just so you can sort of see what I'm working with here. And here's a panel already working in progress here. So my tool for today is I am using a nice and simple paintbrush, and of course India ink, which is a staple of the industry. So I'm working on this area here where the rocks are. He's giving me this area pretty wide open, lots of these squiggly shapes here, so it's up to me to really figure out which area here is a rock face and where the shadow is going to fall. And so I'm just going to quickly outline the rocks. Now, the reason I do it like this is I like to sort of step back after I've kind of placed all the line work in and sort of figure out where that shadow is coming from. Now you can see I've already sort of determined that based on the shadows I've started to fill in, and also I've got the figure of the astronaut sort of started. I haven't finished that yet. The reason I haven't done that yet is I was sort of debating how much shadow to put onto that figure. I don't want to just arbitrarily destroy all of this nice detail that he's given me to work with, but I also want to quickly and kind of accurately represent the shadows that are actually on the surface of this planet that we're taking place on. For anybody who's looking at inking a comic book, one of my first tips to you, even though you are the inker, is you should read the script. The reason I say that is sometimes when you're reading your script, you get a little bit of an idea as to what the writer had in mind for mood, light and shadow, and textures and tones and things like that. So it helps me sort of figure out how we're going to set the overall mood for the page. Now when I'm inking, I do use a variety of tools. Just like any other inker would, I've used razors for things like speed lines, or to make it look like there's been a ton of action in an area. I use a toothbrush, of course, curl quill pens, all kinds of things like that. So sometimes you'll see me move. I'm just going to keep working these in here. If you don't mind, I'm listening to some music here while I work. I like to have at least a little background noise. I find that having no noise at all in the background is just a little too intense. The trick is I'm holding a camera in my one hand while I'm inking with the other, and it is kind of a little distracting for me. If I haven't mentioned it, I am a freelance artist, and I am available to ink as well as color projects. So if you're a publisher and you're watching this video and you like what you see, feel free to hit me up. I am always looking for more work to do, and I have reasonable rates. I've done some work for Big Dog Ink and Xenoscape, doing flatting and things like that. So I do have some experience, and I have over 20 years of experience in drawing, although on the small press side of things. Never really did try out to do anything professionally, so now I'm starting to kind of go in that way. Okay, I was going to refresh. Okay, while I leave that area to sort of dry a little bit here, I'm going to kind of start on this spot here. Now, I'm a lefty, so I always have to watch out the angle where I put my hand, because it is very, very easy to put your palm down on an area that you've already inked. So you have to be really aware of what spots of your page are actually wet. And that's why I started off on the top left-hand corner for you, right hand for me, because I am trying not to smear ink all over my page. Just one moment here.